If you ask an artist to draw you and they say no, it's probably because you're ugly and they don't want to ruin their portfolio. I'm just joking. They may not want to draw you because they're not in the mood of drawing realistic portraits. Most of us are artists with a unique art style that isn't realistic. I'm 17, so at school sometimes I draw and people come up to me asking if I can draw them. You don't realize how much more stressful it is to draw realism compared to stylized characters. Let's be real, sometimes we just don't want to draw anyone because we already have a painting we're working on. Let's be even more realistic. We probably will be more inclined to draw you if you decide to pay us maybe, $1,000 for an hour of work. Now I'm joking, but in all seriousness, we would prefer to be paid for the time and effort put into making a painting for you. I mean, if people get paid for doing stuff they're good at, like welding, carpentry, plumbing, goldsmith, then an artist, we artists should be paid. I mean, you legit won't meet a goldsmith and ask him to build you a free katana, right? But that's not to say if you ask us to draw you, we won't. It's just that we'll draw you when we feel inclined to do it, not necessarily when you want it done. Now let me tell you how to escape what I like to call drawing fatigue. That's basically when you have literally no inclination or push to even put down a pencil stroke. Look, this to me is worse than art block, because the way I see art block is that you have no ideas on what you could even try drawing. The difference between art block and drawing fatigue to me is that when you experience the fatigue, you may have cool ideas or concepts to draw, but you just don't have any strand of motivation to draw it. Well, what I do is to put on some music, nothing too extreme, just cool, calm music. I personally enjoy listening to this song called Metro Boomin. It's real good stuff. It gets me into the headspace to start a drawing. Starting a drawing is one thing. Now imagine you're 10 minutes into the drawing and you simply stand up, walk to the kitchen and get a glass of water. Now you walk back to your drawing and now you suddenly feel tired and want to just go on YouTube to watch my videos. Well, what I do is to watch the videos and subscribe, then I come back to the drawing but with a different music playing this time because I'm already into the drawing, so in a way I'm fully invested in the drawing. I play some upbeat music or some drill tracks just to get me excited to continue the drawing. Imagine now it's 2 hours later and you've just completed your masterpiece of an artwork. You decide to take a picture and video of it and post it on Instagram, and 2 weeks later the post has gathered a grand total of 2 likes. That would be very demotivating for me because I know how long I've spent on the paintings and it wasn't even worth it because literally no one liked it except me and my second account. Well, that's where you and I will be completely wrong. It doesn't matter if people leave a like on the post or not because it's a plus for us, given that now we've probably learned a new technique that will make our paintings more magnificent as we continue to practice. The most generic advice you hear all artists always say is to constantly practice. Yes, it's said so often, but it's true. Practice so much to the extent that your art becomes so good that people can't help it but to always admire your work. Now that's one of the greatest advice you'll ever get.